Hi guys.
Yeah.
Everybody's been awesome, and you guys are awesome for talking about real shit, Cosby and shit. Look at you. Good. Don't let Cosby off the hook yet. There's still more ladies going, Cosby touched me too. It's crazy, right? We're supposed to forget about it, but it's cool. I'm glad you guys brought it up. So, okay, I'm an Arab. I'm an Arab, you guys. So ooga booga. So scary, right? We're so scary. I'm not a regular Arab though. I have a Muslim father and a Jewish mother. One person went, that's correct. That's what the wedding photo looked like. Two people in love and a half circle of people going, this isn't gonna work at all. People freak out when I say that. They get really concerned. They're like, Muslim dad, Jewish mom, what does that make you? Really circumcised. That's what it makes me. I come from such angry people that even my dick looks like a bullet. Like a big bullet. It's not a dick joke, it's a political statement. It's weird. It's weird to be such big things. A Muslim and a Jew, and I don't look like either one. It's because I grew up in a Mexican neighborhood. That's why I look like this. I've met a full American transformation. This is why I look simultaneously dangerous and helpful. I know what I look like. All my Arab friends are so jealous of me. They're like, you're so lucky, you look so American. You probably never experienced racism. And I'm like, no, you're wrong. Because I look so American, I experience racism on accident all the time. Right in front of me, one of my own friends goes, fucking Arabs, they don't belong in America. And I'm like, hey dummy, I'm an Arab. And how do you know it's my fault? How do you know it's not because the programs in America were never designed for me? Because when I got to America, they put me in a classroom called English as a second language. There were no Arabs there. It was me and 34 Mexicans. I got home, my dad's curious. He goes, how was school? And I go, ay, papi. Mi profesora tienes más grande chichis. Which means, oh dad, my teacher has huge boobs. She did, I learned English in 2 days. Nobody had attention deficit disorder in big titty class. It's true. It made me think, if you want to fix the education system in America, hire strippers to teach math and science. Right? It's true. Fuck you, China will make her own iPhones. Thanks to Miss Cinnamon. She was the best. Cinnamon was amazing. It's hard to immigrate. I don't think people give immigrants enough credit. I think it's one of the hardest things in the world to do. And I don't think people give us enough credit. I moved from Egypt to America when I was 8 years old. And here's something that I didn't expect to happen. I constantly got accused of being gay. By my own dad. It's true, because in the Middle East, gay people hide. They're not out in the wild having parades just like unicorns and butterflies. They're not doing that, so Middle Eastern parents get nervous. They think you could catch gay like the flu. Like if a gay guy sneezed on me, I'd be like, is that a bucket of dicks? Ah! I love dicks now, Dad! Ah! That's how easy they think it is. I couldn't even eat a banana from the top in front of my dad. He's like, eat it from the side, you fag! Such a weird way to grow up. My dad said these crazy things like, don't trust Jews. They're not all like your mom. And my mom would be like, don't trust Muslims. They're all exactly like your dad. This is why I'm single, you guys. This is why I'm single. It's because I'm too Middle Eastern. I'm too Middle Eastern for some people. I'm too white for other people. Now my friends have been married for so long, they say crazy things to me that don't make sense. One of my buddies goes, you're so lucky you're single. You can have sex with whoever you want. And I'm like, no, that's rape. Only rapists can have sex with whoever they want. I'm not a rapist, I'm just a lonely man. Besides, you're talking about dating in your their 20s. I'm dating in my 40s. Dating in your 40s isn't cool. Dating in your 40s is like shopping at Ross. It is. It's all the stuff you guys didn't buy. Don't feel bad for me, because just like at Ross, every once in a while, you're like, oh my God, look at this. I can't believe nobody bought this. But upon further inspection, you're like, oh, there it is. It took a week, but I see it now. One of the arms is all fucked up. That joke was inspired by a girl I dated that had one arm. I can feel you guys jumping on her side right away, but bad people have accidents, do you know what I mean? Just because she had one arm doesn't make her a good person, you know what I mean? She wasn't a good girlfriend, she wasn't a good person, terrible swimmer, you know what I mean? She cheated on me, you guys. She cheated on me. And the reason why I tell you that is so that you don't feel bad for what you're about to hear. She was terrible at hand jobs. But amazing to take a nap with. Oh, so comfortable. Her name's Michelle Bosman. She's on Facebook. I'm only allowed to say that for one more year, her lawyer said. It's weird, it's hard. It's hard. You guys talked about hipsters earlier. Those guys drive me crazy. I don't know what's cool anymore. Dating's all about being cool. I don't know what's cool anymore. I have to watch who girls have sex with, and then I change my outfits accordingly. And it was working fine until they started having sex with hipsters. You guys know about these guys? The guys with the skinny pants and the top hats and the circus mustache? What is that stuff? I can't dress like that. I'm a man. I'm not a villain at a mystery dinner theater. Oh, and thank you guys in skinny pants for teaching us all that camels not only have toes, they have fingers. Camel fingers. That should be a t-shirt. I feel like that should be a t-shirt. Camel fingers. It's weird. I made my dating life worse when I bought a Prius. Does anybody here own a Prius? Yeah. Did you honk the horn at the test drive? I didn't either. I should've. I should've. Because 2 weeks after I bought that car, some guy cut me off. Bad. Like so bad we almost crashed. And this primal caveman Arabic anger bubbled up inside me. And my fist smashed into the horn. And this sound came out. That sounded like, hey! What's the rush, handsome? I'll never honk my horn again. It's just so humiliating. Let's just continue riding the humiliation train. I'll just tell you guys all the things that have humiliated me in my life. I go to my friend who's my doctor. I'm a comic. I try to save money. My buddy's my doctor. And it was such a casual relationship. We'd go out for beers after my checkups, right? Then I turned 40. Everything's different. He goes, hey man, you're in your 40s. Time for a prostate exam. I'm like, no, that's cool. Next time. We'll do it next time. Next time. And he goes, no, there's cancer in your family. We need to do this. So at this point, I like to explain that when I get nervous, the wire to my brain and my mouth totally disconnects. Like, totally. So he convinces me. I turn over. He puts his finger in my butt. And he goes, oh, wow, you're tight. Now, when I hear a doctor use the phrase, oh, wow, that's scary. So what my brain wanted to say is, oh my God, is that okay? But what came out of my mouth was, oh, really? Do you like that? We're no longer friends. So jealous of women. You guys are better friends to each other. Do you guys agree that women are better friends to each other than men? Do you agree with that? Who said no? Okay, I'm gonna show you why you're stupid. I'm just kidding. No, but here, I'll give you a great example. I was at this engagement party in New York, and I saw this couple get in a huge fight. Should be a happiest night of their life. They get in a huge fight. They both end up in 2 different rooms, both of them crying. And I got to see the difference between what happens when a woman walks into a room and finds her best friend crying, and when a guy walks into a room and finds his best friend crying. You guys want to see the difference?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's the girl. Girl walks into the room, her best friend's crying. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, Michelle, are you okay? Do you want to talk? No, just hug? Okay. Fuck him. Fuck him. She didn't even know what he did. Fuck him. Here's what happened when the guy walked into the room and found his best friend crying. Ready? Okay. What the fuck? That's a true story. It was me. I don't know how to handle sadness, man. I don't know how to handle sadness. Men aren't taught that, you know what I mean? You know that whole phrase, boys don't cry. That's a horrible phrase. We're not saying men don't cry, we say boys don't cry. We're saying that to kids, right? And I didn't have the greatest childhood. My dad was a boxer and an alcoholic. It's a combination Don King would call a good investment. Wasn't a good childhood. So I started going to therapy later in life, and I'm telling my therapist a story about my childhood. In the middle of my story, he goes, wow, that's fucked up. I'm like, what, are you supposed to say that? You're not supposed to act shocked. That would be like your doctor taking off your pants going, you're not supposed to act shocked. He goes, no, what I'm saying is that what you're talking about is sad, and I'm wondering if you cry. Because crying is a way to release pain, and maybe it'll help you get better. And I'm like, well, I haven't cried since I was a kid. He goes, maybe you should. Every morning, when you get sad, instead of pushing it away or making a joke, I want you to just feel it. 10 minutes every morning, that's all I want you to do. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try this. I wanna get better. I wanna learn how to connect with people, maybe get a girlfriend, so I'm gonna try it. So the first 2 mornings, I just make weird faces in the mirror. Right? Day 3, I'm driving to work, I stop at a red light, Beatles song comes on, reminds me of my dad, and I start to cry, right? Cry, not like an upset man. Cry not like a mature woman. I cried like a gay guy that wishes we'd leave Britney Spears alone. Like deep, like deep. And to show you how much better women are than men, I'm sitting at this light, I'm crying, this car pulls up, it's a Volvo, and it's a woman, she looks at me and she goes, oh, like right away, her face reflects my sadness, oh. And I just look at her, and I look away. And I look back at her, and I'm like, I gotta learn to deal with these feelings. So it takes time. All right, I'm gonna leave you guys with this. Do you guys want to hear my most embarrassing story?
Yeah!
Isn't it weird that it wasn't any of those? So I was watching the news recently, and they were talking about Ebola. Right? And then all of a sudden, it just disappeared. And I remember how scary it was for me, but it made me think, like, how much even more scary is this for kids? Right? To see this stuff, like, you could die. And it reminded me of when I was a kid. That's the way they talked about AIDS. They're like, AIDS, it's everywhere. Ah, don't touch a gay guy, your butt will explode. Ah! Weather forecast on Thursday, it's gonna rain AIDS. Ah! It was so scary. I was so scared of like, sex was terrifying. And at the time, I was still a virgin, I was young, I was starting to touch myself for the first time. Not like in a pornographic way, like in a National Geographic, I'm learning shit. So now there's all this fear, AIDS, and I'm 15, and I'm going into the bathroom with a Playboy magazine under a towel, walk in there, I lock the door, and I'm starting to touch myself, and I'm like, I don't know what this is, but it's nice. I like this is nice, this is nice, this is nice. And all of a sudden I come, and I'm like, oh my God, what's this white stuff? Ah! And I start to wipe it off with a tissue, or toilet paper, and right then my dad bangs on the door, he's like, what are you doing in there so long? Come out of there. And I'm like, I'll be right out. And out of nerves and habit, I wipe my butt with the same tissue. And I was like, oh my God, you just gave yourself AIDS! Now that should be the worst part of that story. But it's not, because somebody invented a radio show called Loveline. Do you guys know show. You call a doctor and he helps you with your problems, but you forget. There's a comedian there too. You forget. So I'm 15, my parents are asleep, I'm in the kitchen with the phone, and I've been on the phone for like 45 minutes just waiting. And the guy gets on, he's like, hey buddy, sorry for the wait, you're gonna be on soon, what's your problem? And I go, my name's Tamer, I'm 15 years old, I just wiped my butt with my own semen, and I'm wondering if I gave myself AIDS. Also, I've been on the phone for a really long time, and I'm wondering how much longer I have to wait. And he goes, oh, you are next.